Eagles. Woo! I had to take my heart medicine tonight, the way y'all was playing at the end of that. I mean, it looked like the defense went into limp mode or something at the end. Why you want to give us a heart attack? You play lockdown the whole time and then you want to go in limp mode. But we won. We going to the NFC East champion. The NFC East. I keep saying that. The NFC Championship against the Commanders. I know. Oh, what a game. All right, so Jalen starts off looking crispy, right? He's looking good. He's running. He's scrambling all the way for a touchdown. It wasn't until Big Boy did like a hip drop, looked like a hip drop tackle on him, fell on his legs and bent him up till he, Okay. Looked like he went into limp mode himself and couldn't really produce the same way he was producing. Regardless of that, let's go through the game, right? Rams. Come on, honey. Rams. We knew it wasn't going to be an easy game. We saw how they played much better throughout the year after we had beat them. We saw how they had dealt with the Vikings handily the week before. We knew they were hungry. We knew they were coming for blood, and that it was going to be a tough game. We knew that. So to start off the way we did was great. You know, put them on their back heels. Get that first touchdown. Then, on their first possession, they just took a long drive and went right down the field and scored. So I said, okay, is this going to be a shootout, or is this going to be, or are we going to calm down, settle down, and get the defense going? And we did. The defense really held its own to keep the game super low scoring all throughout the first and second quarter, into the third quarter, right? Jake, these extra points, those 2 extra points at the end of the game was the difference between them scoring a touchdown and winning with the extra kick, or them having to convert a 2-point conversion just to go to overtime, right? Just to take it to overtime. Those points are so precious, and I'm not sure what's up with Jake with these extra points. He drilled the field goals, but, oh yeah, I forgot about your Eagles football. Drilled the field goals, but was messing up on PATs. The snow came, so obviously there was a lot of sloshing. There was a lot of slipping and sliding. You know, you couldn't be as dialed in as you absolutely want to be. Well, they didn't build snowmen. They made snow angels. They all made snow angels in the end zone. We saw that. So, of course, we can't expect them to be as on point, but the defense was still amazing. Very few penalties on them, unlike what we normally see, or a lot of ticky-tack stuff that brings us back and has us lose yards. We had a couple, but it wasn't that bad. This time we played a much cleaner game. I appreciate that from the defense. I appreciate that from the offense. Man, that false start when we were on the line for the brotherly shove, they changed 6 or 7 points into 3. Oh my goodness. They changed 6 or 7 points into 3. That was like heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking, because those extra points is the difference between spreading the game out further and making it more out of reach for the Rams than having it be so close like it was at the end. So then, after Saquon again makes 2 huge running breakaway touchdowns. That's okay, honey. Huge running plays for touchdowns. I think a 67 and a 77, if I'm not mistaken. Man had 200 yards, if not more, in rushing plays, just like the last game where I think he had 250 rushing and then another 50 catching. The man had another breakout game even in the snow. So proud of Saquon. I think he might be creeping up on the all-time rushing for the regular season and the playoffs. I had to check that. But I think he might be close to it. And there's still 2 games left. So that's... You built that last time? I know, honey. That's so crucial. That is so, so crucial to our victories. Why are we trying to talk about Eagles and you're talking about this castle? Oh my goodness, I love my grandbaby so much. We had an amazing time watching the game. Everybody cheering, everybody having panic attacks when it looked like the Rams were going to come back and win. But the defense did its job. Sacked them for a big loss, and then made it so that they had to sweat on that 4th down, and we got the game. Like I said, I don't care if we win by 1 point. I don't care if we win by 1 point, as long as we win. Now we have to go to the Commanders, 1 game at a time. I'd love to go to the Super Bowl and win it, but there's another game before that. We have to go. Well, we don't have to go. We got the home field advantage because the Lions dropped it. So the Commanders come see us next week. Jaden and their team played lights out against the Lions. They're not to be trifled with. We'll have Jalen. Hopefully he's able to run and able to perform the way he needs to for that game to go well so that he can scramble. I hope that we get the ball spread around and he throws the ball away. After Jalen lost his ability to scramble by having his legs hurt, he also seemed like he lost the ability to throw the ball away. There were several times where he took a major sack where he could have thrown the ball away and saved us from losing so many yards. And brother, you got to be aware of the rushers. If they're coming right at you, ditch it. Just ditch the ball, right? So that we don't lose those precious yards. Where a short run from Saquon or yourself or a short dink and dunk throw like you did in the game with Goddard can get us a 1st down. We got to stay on top of that if we want to go to this NFC Championship game and win against the Commanders, because they're going to be all over our players. They're going to be all over the field, and they're going to be hungry for a win. They're a young rookie team, right? They are going to be out for blood like they were when Jalen got that concussion. So we got to be on point for that. So Jalen's got to be aware of scrambling or throwing the ball away. Hopefully he's healthy enough to scramble. But if not, look for your open guys. This game, I didn't see as many egregious open players as I normally do. There was one where he threw to double coverage with AJ, but Dotson was wide open in the middle of the end zone that he could have had. Oh, my God. AJ had an amazing catch by the end zone, but he was out of bounds. If he had been like another foot in after he gained control, he would have had that catch. But we got to look for the open man and get the ball to him. Calcaterra, Goddard, Dotson, AJ, Smitty, Saquon, whoever it is, next man up. Do your checks, get rid of it, do whatever you got to do, but don't take them costly sacks. And defense, for the love of God, do not go into limp mode. Do not go into prevent when we have a lead near the end in the 4th quarter. You have to play like your life depends on it, no matter whether we are up 1 score or 5. Well, I won't say 5, but if we're only up 1 score, let me rectify that. If we're only up 1 or 2 scores, where a quick score could put them back in the game, you cannot play prevent. We got to be up by 3 scores for you to play prevent, because then it's garbage time points. That touchdown that Stafford and them had was not garbage time points. They legitimately had a chance to beat us. Stay on the gas until the clock strikes 0. Please, 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 please. This next game against the Commanders. Stay on the gas unless we're up by like 20 or something like that. And it's 2 minutes on the clock. I'm super excited to host the championship, have a chance against a team which I believe that we can beat, and go to the finals no matter who it is, whether it be Mahomes and the refs or the Bills or the Ravens, whoever. I am super excited, and I'll see you guys next week. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds!